Welcome to the Build a Purposeful, Profitable Business Doing What You Absolutely Love podcast, hosted weekly by Ange, your business fairy godmother, professional copywriter, published author and business owner of 20 years. In every episode, Ange will deliver useful bite-sized insights to help you find your voice, position your value, demystify the marketing tech, and run your business on your terms.
Hi there, welcome to the next episode of my podcast. I'm so glad to have you tuning in. What I want to talk about in this episode is the importance of your work environment. And I think this is especially true in the COVID-19 situation when many of us are working from home. And it's important to think about finding a space that suits your working environment and allows you to work productively. Now, the reason I brought this up is, although for the last 3 years, I've always worked from home. So in terms of my daily routine, the COVID-19 lockdown didn't really change things for me. I was still working from home at my normal desk in the same room that I always use. So it didn't really change much for me in that sense. But as I had kind of a bit of time on my hands, I kind of organized or reorganized the room a little bit, and I changed the position of my desk and some of the things in the room. And after some time, I kind of began to realize that I was kind of putting off doing work. And it wasn't because of COVID-19 or what other home distractions there were, because I've been working this way all these years. So I started to think about why had I kind of lost interest in the work I was doing. I won't say lost interest, but I just couldn't understand why I couldn't motivate myself to get up to the desk and actually do the work. While I was at the desk working, I was okay, but it was actually motivating myself to actually go and sit down at the desk. And after a while, I realized that actually what it was because I'd moved the position of my desk, it wasn't really a conducive environment to work in. And I found that no matter how I sat or the position I was sitting at, my computer screen was blocking the light coming onto my desk. Really, that was it. The computer, the light, I couldn't actually see what I was typing a lot of the time. Even in daylight, it was a strain to actually type on a computer. And at the time, I had a black keyboard as well, so that didn't help matters. Having a black desk and a black keyboard. So that complicated things a little bit. So I was finding after a while I was getting quite frustrated typing because I made a lot of mistakes. I was typing because I couldn't see the keyboard so much. So I thought about this for a while, and I was like, well, why am I so distracted? Or why is it COVID? Is it just the lack of going outside? Is that making me not bother to do certain things? I suppose it's a more relaxed environment when you're under COVID, that you don't have to actually, or there's no societal norms requiring you to go and get dressed and put on your makeup and look your best unless you have an online interview to do, kind of thing. So I began to think, is it that? Is that what was causing me to just not want to get up to the desk and work? Is it just general apathy, I suppose? So then I started thinking about the position of my desk and the fact that the light, and it was a strain, especially at night, it was a strain to actually to do anything. And then I realized, you know what it is? It's because I changed the position of my desk. So I put back my desk to its original position, and I'm sitting at it now. And I just feel all the excitement again to work, because now I'm in a really comfortable position. I'm in the position I was used to. It's a lot easier as well for me to be able to get the things from the shelves that are at the side of my desk. So when I moved my desk, when I did move it, I turned it so that the desk was facing the shelves. So I'd have to reach over the desk to actually get anything. And then the desk itself was blocking quite a lot of the individual segments of my shelving unit. So I wasn't so it wasn't so easy for me to open the drawers in my shelving unit and things like that. So actually getting hold of things became a chore. And now that I'm back with my desk sort of sideways on to my shelving unit, I am now able to reach every single cubby hole, and everything is convenient. It works well, and I'm really happy with the way everything's set up. And the drawers that I have, I'm able to reach the stationery that I need. And it's just an environment that's just so much more conducive to working in. So I would give that a thought. If you're working from home, or even if you're in the office, for whatever what you can do to make your office space or your workspace easier for you to work, have a look and think how you can arrange that. It's something that I noticed because I did change the way that the position of my desk, and that just changed everything. So that's why I wanted to come on today and just have that as some food for thought for you. If you are feeling that you're not that motivated to work, it might just be that you're not that comfortable in your working environment. And if you change things around, just see how it goes. So, for example, the way I've got my desk set up now is I'm facing the light, I'm facing the window. And that's quite nice to be able to see outside as well during the daytime. But also the fact that I'm sideways onto my shelving unit just makes things easier. So you want to sit in a position where things are easy for you to get to without too much getting up and down. And also it's a position where I feel a lot more comfortable when I'm doing my webinars and my podcasts, because the background that I have now in the position that I'm in is it's less of a distraction for viewers when they're watching, because it's a plain background. Whereas when I changed my desk to face, it was basically a 90-degree angle to where I am now. And that background looked a bit busy. That would have been a distraction for people. So it was a lot easier. It is a lot easier now that I've moved things around. So you just need to be thinking about if you're not really working well, change things around and see if it actually makes you feel a little bit better. In Asia, they call this feng shui a bit. This is the kind of philosophy where the energy, your life force energy, and the energy of the building sort of moves around if it's free to move around. So I don't know much about feng shui myself. I haven't engaged a feng shui master to come and have a look at my space or anything like that. But I think there is some truth to the fact that if things flow around the room, if there's room for things to flow around the room and you haven't got too much clutter, you're going to feel good about your space. So I would look around you and think, is there too much clutter? Can I remove that? Is there space to move around? Can I walk directly from one side of the room to the other without bumping into things like that? So just clear your space. You'll find that you'll clear your mind as well. So I think that's a lot to do with just the moving of my desk and just being able to the moving of my desk also created more space in the room. So the room doesn't look so cluttered. And the fact that I'm able to reach my shelves, and the shelves are well organized as well, and my desk is clear. That's another thing. Just make sure you clear your desk at the end of your working day, and that everything has its place. You've got a place for everything. Now, I'm not the neatest person when it comes to working. I tend to clutter my desk a lot when I'm working, but I like to put everything away at the end of the day and just have everything sorted and everything in its place. So I know exactly where everything is, what goes into what drawer, what goes onto what shelf. so that when I need something, I know exactly where it is and I can get it quickly. So they're just some tips that I wanted to just put forward for you today, just to help to make working from home a little bit easier, or from wherever your working environment is, that you are organizing it so it's the most comfortable way for you to work. And you'll find that if you're comfortable working, you're going to work a lot better and you're going to be more productive in your work as well. And that's what I'm feeling. So I'm so happy to be back in my normal seating position. I just feel so much better after making this move. And that's why I just wanted to put that forward for you today, just as something to think about. It is quite important that you have a good space to work in. You create that space for you. So if you've enjoyed listening to this short little podcast, do subscribe, and there'll be more of the same kind of things, and just things to help you with your day-to-day running of your business as well. So I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.